Hi guys, welcome back to Estella Wilson Creations. This video is going to be a little bit of a different video, so if you are new here, welcome to the community. I would love it if you subscribe. But today's video is going to be a video about Branson, Missouri, the pros and cons that I thought about going. Basically, it's going to be visiting Branson, Missouri as a minority and where I felt welcomed, and I wanted to give people of color a little bit more context to the places that I went, places that I feel that they would be more comfortable and accepted, and I'm just going to go through everything that I did, and hopefully this helps you. So we stayed there for a week. We stayed at Westgate, and let me tell you, that hotel was amazing. It's Westgate Branson Woods Resort. We absolutely loved it. We absolutely would go back. Everything about it was just great. They have 2 pools, 1 indoor and out. 1 was under construction, so technically they have 3. They also have a indoor water park, or a water park coming soon, probably because of the whole unpleasantness that was stopped, but they have a water park plan to go in, so we do plan to go back eventually and to stay at Westgate. So if you are going to Branson, I recommend Westgate. Okay, so that's where we stayed, and then we were there for 7 days. Our first activity was on a Monday. We did go to the local Walmart there. We had no issues there. We did notice that the Walmarts have no cashiers, so everything is self-checkout, just if you're curious about that. Okay, we went to several different places. We went to the Aquarium on the first day, and then we did the Wax Museum, the Castle, and the Maze on the same day as well. I'm going to go through each of them. All of these I would recommend going. I had no issues feeling uncomfortable, out of place, unwelcomed in any of these. The Aquarium is worth the money, so I definitely would go there, definitely would go again. Absolutely love the Aquarium. The Wax Museum, to me, I've been to 2 wax museums, one in Wisconsin Dells and one in Las Vegas, and to me, I didn't really like the one here. It was actually my least favorite of all the wax museums I've been to. I like Las Vegas better. I actually like the one at the Dells better. So to me, I really wouldn't go again to this wax museum, just so you know. The Castle was the Castle of Chaos is the name of it. That was okay, I guess. I didn't really like the maze. The maze was probably like 5 minutes long. So it's the Castle of Chaos and the Hannah Maze of Mirrors. To me, you can easily skip those. But if it's your first time and you want to give them a try like I did, then go for it. But it's not something that I think is worth the money or the time. Okay, so then the next day we went to Lost Canyon Cave, and here's where we're going to get into a little bit of controversy. So here's where we're going to get into a little bit of trouble. Absolutely loved Lost Canyon Cave. It was beautiful. The scenery, the waterfalls, being outside with nature, everything that I wanted. But what I will say is, in the beginning, in the check-in process, I felt unwelcomed. I felt like the gentleman helping us skipped us on purpose because of my family, the color of our family, and it just made me off-putting, and it did take me and my husband some time to get over it. More my husband, because he's the protector, and that did take just a minute for us to like overcome it. I would recommend it though. If it's your first time there, don't skimp on it. I'm hoping it was just a sour employee, so I will go back because it was amazing, guys, amazing. So if you can take that employee out and that experience, I really will rate it a 10 out of 10. But because of what happened, and I will link my video, the video that I did of Lost Canyon Cave, in the description box below, so you can see all the details. I'm not going to say everything that happened here, but if you could just put what I'm saying on the backbone for this one and give it a try, and come back to the video and let us know how was your experience there. I'm hoping that it was just with that one employee. Okay, after that we went to Silver Dollar City, and I have to say, for our kind of people, I don't know, it was kind of country. Now we are in Missouri. If you like roller coasters, it's definitely going to be a place for roller coaster lovers. My niece loves roller coasters. She absolutely loved all of the rides. But if you do not ride roller coasters, do not go. Even for us. So me and my husband went. We took our child, our niece, and she got on everything, and we got on like 2 or 3 rides, and we had to pay full price. So we paid $74 or whatever the price was, and basically she rode everything and we rode minimal. And the shopping, I don't know, everything else in the park to me wasn't enough to make up my $74. So do I recommend that for non-roller coaster lovers? No. It is going to be a complete waste of your money. We tried to do the cave and that was closed, even though we asked attendant if they could check and see if the cave was open. They said it was open. By the time we walked to the cave, they said it was closed. So maybe if you factor in the cave, it would have been worth it to me, but we didn't get to do that because they closed. So that's my experience or my take on Silver Dollar City. Okay, the next thing we did was Fantastic Cave-Ins, and I have to say that we had a great time here. I felt like the hospitality was great. They give you a free picture of your family on the little cart for free. You don't have to pay for that. I felt like it was informational. I felt like the drive was just a tad long from Branson to go here because it was about an hour away, but I would still recommend it if you're in that area, and I loved it. Okay, the very next thing we did was the showboat Branson Belle, and talk about being blown away out the water. Absolutely love Branson Belle. 100% will go and do this again. It's actually on the top of my list of things to do. Felt comfortable. Everyone treated us with kindness. Loved the shops there. Loved the shopping. Loved the boat. And I definitely would recommend that. Okay, we're going to talk about some food places now, because this is really where we felt that there was a big distinction on how we were treated. So in the beginning, I'm just going to say, when I was researching places and things to do in Branson, I had never been. So over the videos that I had been researching and just Googling, they were saying that there is not a lot of franchise restaurants there, meaning there are more mom and pop restaurants there. So I didn't think that we would see, like, I don't know, a McDonald's or a Denny's or Dairy Queen. I just didn't think that they were there, or maybe they were talking about like high scale franchise restaurants. But that being said, we just went by the restaurants that I researched. So I'm going to tell you what was on my list. I'm looking down for notes. So on my list of restaurants that I thought I wanted to do were Cakes and Creams 50s Diners, Billy Gill's Breakfast, Fall Creek Steak and Catfish House, Center Stage, and Center Stage. So those were the restaurants that I thought I wanted to do, and we're just gonna dive in. Oh, and Paula Dean's Family Kitchen. That was gonna be for my birthday day. So yeah, that was the last restaurant. So we're gonna dive in, and this is what I'm gonna tell you. So there is it's called the Branson Landing. The strip, I guess, Branson Landing. On that landing, there is tons of restaurants. Paula Deen restaurant is over there. And if I would have went to this restaurant first, we would have probably eaten down there way more often on our trip. But again, I'm from out of town. I did not know this. So I basically thought all they were like mom and pop type restaurants. So I'm just going to go in the order that we tried to experience them. And I'm going to tell you that we did feel just terrible vibes in some of the places. So I'm trying to spare you guys the feeling, the anger, the emotion, that can ruin your birthday trip, your anniversary, your vacation. So just be wary if you're going to any of these places. So the first one is Cakes and Creams 50s Diner. The outside of it looks very cool, and it's got the 50s feel, but it wasn't very welcoming to black people, to my family. We felt weird, unwelcome, and unwanted. The person at the register, she was actually from Africa or Jamaica or some descent. You can tell that she was, you know, black. And even she was rude. So here I'm not sure if it's a minority thing or it's just bad training, and I don't know. We still felt very uncomfortable sitting there, dining there. She was the only black person working there, and we were the only black family there. We had never been, so we asked for recommendations on the menu, and it was just a bad experience. My mom's been there before, to Branson, Missouri, and she loved it. She said she would go back. She never felt unwanted or like she never felt any kind of way when she was there, and that she would go back. So this is not a place that I would go back, but my mom said she would. So I just gonna leave it up to you that it was a toss-up. So if you're planning on going there, you could be disappointed, or you could really have a good experience. It's kind of maybe up to the staff that you get that day. Okay, the next place is Billy Gill's for breakfast. So this place is supposed to have really, really large pancakes. Pancakes like bigger than your head. And so I really wanted to try it, but I have to tell you, we drove all the way to it, which is out of the way, out of the little strip area. And we just felt like it wasn't for us. We literally drove in and did this and drove right back out. It could be us. We could have just been paranoid, but you get that gut feeling. You get that feeling inside that this is just not a place for you, and you get up out of there. So we didn't go there at all. We literally drove in and turned around and exited out. So to us, it was not welcoming, not even to get out, not even to open the door and get out. So you take that for what it's worth, and I don't think that if you are a minority, it's a place for you. Okay, the next place we went was Fall Creek Steak and Catfish House. Now this place is the place that's supposed to throw the biscuits or the rolls at you. And we really, really were excited about going here. And all I can say is, okay, they were closed. Part of it, well, they had a note saying that they were understaffed, and I get that because of what's going on. Everybody is understaffed. We were on vacation, so we're in no rush. So they have a gift shop in front of their, like in the entrance of their restaurant. So we're just like wandering around the gift shop, have no worries because we have nowhere to be. We're on vacation, right? And we're waiting for an attendant to help us, which is why we're browsing while they're behind, I guess. So we're waiting. We were the first ones there, and lo and behold, a white couple comes in, and who do you think they help first, us or them? So they immediately say, ma'am, how can I help you? And we're like, we were here first, we're waiting. And they continue to help this person, and it just left a really bad taste in our mouth. We actually didn't eat there. Me and my family left, and we never went back. So I don't recommend this place. I didn't feel like we were being treated fairly, and I don't think that I would go back and put my family through that experience again. Okay, the next place we went to was Center Stage, and after what happened at the last places, we were like, I don't even know if we want to build up the courage to go. So we actually got out the car, drove there, went into the restaurant, went all the way to the little hostess area where they seat you. We're standing there, probably stood there for about good 3 to 5 minutes. All the employees see us, and not one person acknowledged us and said, hello, how are you? We'll be right with you. One moment. I work in a restaurant. So I know that you're supposed to acknowledge people. Like, we see them looking at us, and they said nothing. So we stood there a couple more minutes, and then we decided that they don't want us here, And so me and my family, we left. Now, you could say, like, you're just going to be like Black Power and you're going to go wherever you want to go anyway. But I don't want to be anywhere that I'm not wanted or treated fairly. So we left. Okay, so because we ran into a lot of bad restaurants or restaurants that we just didn't feel comfortable eating at, we did eat at a few regular franchise restaurants that I encourage you to give them a try. We ate at Denny's twice while we were there, and the food was delicious. The service was great. We felt comfortable. We knew the menu. We just felt like they wanted our money, and so that made the whole experience even more better. So we went there. So we went to Denny's twice. We also went to Dairy Queen once. That's like really close to the Aquarium. Again, that was the most Black people we saw the whole trip while we were there. The Dairy Queen close to the Aquarium had like pretty much all Black staff. Not that I'm looking for all Black people everywhere, but can we get a mix of minorities, some Asians, I don't know, some Latin people? It just seemed like the Dairy Queen was the most diverse restaurant while we were down there. Okay, the last place I want to talk about is Getting Basin. And Getting Basin is a barbecue joint, and it was very unique, very kind of like if you were in the backyard kind of feel. Like they had paper towels as napkins, and then your forks and stuff came like on a little tray. It just seemed like you were going to a barbecue place, and the food was delicious. I didn't like the dessert, but the atmosphere was cool. It was something different, and I definitely would go here again. So that is it. That is my trip review. I waited a while to do it, one, because I wanted to give it justice, and I wanted to kind of like sit in my thoughts, because it was a very emotional trip. I was turning 40, and so I planned the whole trip, and I didn't regret it, and I definitely think that there's a lot to do in Branson, Missouri, but as a person of color, you have to kind of know where's best for you, or where you think, or like if you feel like uncomfortable or where there's danger. So I don't know, with everything that's going on in the world, I really want to be safe. And so that is my thoughts on Branson, Missouri. I definitely think that you can do it in about 2 weeks. We went there for 1 week, and I feel like there's at least another week of stuff that we can do. There's so many other things there. They have like a train ride that you can do. They have Inspiration Tower that you can do. So there's so much more to do. Let me know in the comments below, have you experienced any of these things? If you are a minority, I would love to know in the comments below. And if Branson, Missouri is a trip, like a place that you plan on visiting. That is going to be it for the video, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I hope it was helpful and informational, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.